Hey everyone, I am going to show you another way to multiply a binomial by a binomial. So I've shown you how to use what we call the FOIL method. Now I'm going to show you what they call the box method. So it doesn't matter which method you use, whatever works best for you. So let me go ahead and show you now. So I'm going to just use the examples that I used in the last video for the box method as well. So I'm going to show you how you get the same answer. So in the first video on FOIL, we used x plus 3, and I multiplied that by 2x plus 4. So if you remember, the FOIL method had us multiplying the outside terms, first terms, the outside, inside, and then the last terms, and distributing those. So I'm going to show you a different method. So this is called the box method. I think it's just the box method. Maybe it's box area method. It might have a fancier name, but we're just going to call it the box method. So you're literally going to make a box, okay? And I'm going to split my box by how many terms I have in my first polynomial. So I have two terms here, so I'm going to make, I'm going to split this in half and make two columns to represent the two terms here. And then I'm going to split it this way, and I'm going to have two rows. So why is that important? Well, I'm going to put one of the polynomials on top. It doesn't matter which one you put there. And then the other polynomial, so I'm going to put 2x here, and I'm going to put this term here of 4 there. So I have x and 3, and then 2x and 4, representing the terms from each polynomial. And then what you're going to do is, if you think back to like 3rd grade, when you started multiplying and using a multiplication table to help you get the answer, how you would start here, in here, and then when they would meet, you'd put the answer there. So we're going to do the same idea. So x and 2x, so x, because remember we're multiplying, so I'm going to put that little x there to remind us that we're multiplying. X times 2x is going to be 2x squared. And then x times 4 is 4x. And I'm going to do the same thing with 3. 3 times 2x is 6x, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So now we have these boxes filled in. So then at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to combine any like terms, and we're going to write out our answer. So my answer can't be like this. But I notice, and each time you do this, this diagonal, it's going to create those like terms for you. So what happens is this, I have 2x squared, this term. I have 6x and 4x. 6x and 4x can be combined to make 10x. And then I just have the plus 12. And we're done. Now, for some of you, that made absolutely no sense. But then for others, you're like, wow, that makes so much more sense. I'm going to use this all the time. Again, the preference is on you. Whatever makes sense in you. In your head. If this does not make sense, I will do another example, but if this does not make sense, don't use the box method. Stick with FOIL. If FOIL made absolutely no sense, but this makes perfect sense to you, then use this. I had students last year who were like struggling to try and figure this out, but yet they understood FOIL, and I said, just use FOIL. If this doesn't make sense, then just don't use it. It's up to you. So let's look. I'm going to do the other example that we did in the FOIL video, which was the negative 5a minus 2, and we're going to multiply that by 3a minus 4. So same idea, even with negative and with those minus signs, it's the same idea. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I have 4 terms, so I'm going to make a 2 by 2 box. Just made my box a little bit bigger. I'm going to split it in half, and I'm going to split it this way. So I'm going to make sure I assign each of those terms. So here I'm going to put negative 5a here, and I'm going to put negative or minus 2 there. So that is going to be key when you're working with the minus and negative signs, that those are there. They are important. And then this is a positive 3a, and then again, minus or negative 4 needs to go down here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to remember to multiply. I'll use a dot this time and not the x, as to be confused, even though there's no x's. But negative 5a times positive 3a. So it's going to be negative 15a to the second power, because negative 5 and 3 make negative 15. A times a makes a squared. Move over here. I'll go down this way. Negative 5a times negative 4. Two negatives make a positive when multiplying, so it's going to be positive 2a. And then we come over here to fill in this row. Negative 2 times 3a, which is negative 6a. And then negative 2 times negative 4 would be positive 8. Again, I see on this diagonal that I've got two like terms. They both end in a. So I'm going to have negative 15a squared. I got it right from here. Combine these together. So negative 6 and positive 20. So 20 minus 6 is 14. 14a. Again, this is just a. Do not make this a squared. You're combining them, not multiplying them. And then 8 at the end. And that is the box method. So it's up to you which one you prefer. Again, just like with the FOIL method, there's a lot of videos online that show the box method. So if you're still not sure and you want to see more examples done, you can Google box method for multiplying binomials by binomials or something to that effect. I'll throw some in the resource folder, but that is using the box method. So whichever method you prefer, go ahead and use, and I'll see you soon.